front of him, unmoving. The walkie-talkie hissed. Jacko tugged the rifle bolt backward, and a brass cartridge came flying out onto the sand. He pushed the bolt forward again, and a new round slipped into the chamber. If she made any sound now and he turned, she knew that he would shoot her point-blank in the chest. She knew guns, and had pretended to like them to get time with her dad. She knew that the exit wound from a .303 at this range would be the size of a baseball. She stood still, waiting for him to re-shoulder the rifle. But Jacko just kept gazing at the sea, mumbling to himself. The sun was behind her, and her shadow was inching into his field of view. She didn't like that. If there had been any other way of approaching him, she would have done it. But there was no other way. If he peered just to his left, he'd see the tip of her silhouette. At least she was upwind. The seagulls landed. The herons settled on the water. The sun beat down on her exposed neck and arms. Finally, Jacko reslung the rifle over his shoulder and sat. He took out his lighter and cigarettes. He lit himself a smoke and put the lighter in his pocket. She tried a step forward. The shadow moved, too. Jacko didn't flinch. She was 15 feet away now. He leaned back and blew smoke at the sky. She took another step toward him. Toes, then sole, then heel, placing her feet on the stony beach with the lightest of touches. Toes, sole, heel, another step, and another, until a short, sharp stab of perfect pain. The jagged edge of an old bottle had pierced the skin of her heel. She bit her lip to stop herself, crying out. Her shadow was swaying from side to side, seemingly trying to attract Jacko's attention. Blinking away tears, she crossed her legs and sat. She was bleeding, but the bottle had not penetrated too deeply. She took hold of the glass fragment and eased it out of her foot. She licked her thumb and rubbed at the wound, and it began to feel better. She took a flat stone and held it against the cut. The bleeding slowed. It would have to do. She couldn't sit here all day. She got to her feet again and took a few tentative steps. Her treasonous shadow was well into Jacko's field of view now. Closer. She could read the writing on the back of his sweat-drenched yellow tank top. There was a red star above the words Bintang beer. She could smell him. He reeked of body odor, cigarette smoke, engine oil. It was quiet. The echoes of the rifle shot were gone, and the only sound was the seawater rushing through the channel. To her left, the last hint of early morning mist was evaporating in the sunlight. The air was expectant with the coming heat. It was going to be a scorcher, easily over 110 degrees. It was, she remembered, February 14th. Funny how the seasons were reversed like that. Back home it would be in the 40s or even colder. Valentine's Day. Exactly 12 months ago, Tom had come in for his first massage therapy appointment in the clinic in West Seattle. It had been snowing. When he'd lain down on the table, he still had snowflakes in his hair. What a difference a year made. She'd been childless then, on the verge of unemployment, living in that damp apartment near Alki Beach. Now she was married and responsible for 2 children and about to kill a man she barely knew on a different beach on the far side of the world. She took 3 more careful steps and raised the machete. Chapter 1. The sign said Alice Springs, 25, Tennant Creek, 531, Darwin, 1517. She took that in for a second or two. If they somehow missed Alice, they would have to go another 500 kilometers, well over 300 miles, before they could get food, water, or gas. She looked through the windows on either side of the empty highway and saw exactly nothing. The radio had been drifting in and out for the past 20 minutes, but the signal, perhaps, was getting a little stronger. She could